Here are the latest Tiffany Henyard updates, everyone. First of all, she is actively campaigning and trying to run for mayor of Dolton again.
I am rerunning for mayor of Dolton. Yes,
She also intends to run again for the position of Thornton Township supervisor. Her current focus is on trying to discredit activist Jedediah Brown. For those who might not know, Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend Kamal Woods, who was recently fired from Thornton Township, got into a confrontation with Jedediah Brown, LVLL Redmond, a notorious figure. Redmond, a former employee of Dolton, was hired by Tiffany Henyard in spite of his criminal past. He was employed as a code enforcer despite having a violent criminal history, which is the cause of the controversy surrounding his hiring. After showing a little clip from a movie I created on this, I'll compare it to a recent Facebook interview when she claims not to have known Redmond's past. Let's watch.
South Suburban Dolton reacting to a Fox 32 investigation that found a new village employee with a dangerous criminal past.
He is a registered child offender, and he's now been hired by the village to go into people's homes and businesses.
Now, furious village trustees are taking steps to curb the mayor's power.
I have a constant pattern of her hiring people without doing a proper background check and presenting it to the board. And that's our issue. That could pose a great danger to our community.
Redmond is close to new Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and worked on her campaign. Redmond was hired as a code enforcement officer for the village of Dolton, a job that gives him access inside homes and businesses.
Mr. Woods did not lay a hand on anybody prior to being attacked physically by Mr. Brown. And a second person who's seen in the fight, who's not just a citizen either. That individual is a former employee at Dolton fired for hiding his sex offenders.
That's because Redmond is listed as a child sex offender on the Illinois State Police Registry. He served 24 years of a 50-year sentence for taking part in the brutal gang and beating of two young girls in the Roseland neighborhood in 1991. Dolton trustees say Redmond was hired directly by Mayor Henyard and her village administrator, former Cook County Circuit Court Clerk Dorothy Brown. Later, the mayor issued a statement. I and the village of Dolton take the safety of our residents very serious, and we would never put our residents in jeopardy. In regard to the matter of the employee who's the subject of recent news stories, know that the incident referred to occurred nearly 30 years ago, and they paid their debt to society. We believe that a person can be rehabilitated.
As you can see, this is just another example of Tiffany Henyard making questionable choices or even deliberate ones that benefit her. LVLL Redmond put a lot of effort into advocating for her since he supported her. She first claimed not to have known about his criminal history prior to hiring him, but she then withdrew her claim, claiming that they encourage rehabilitation and second chances. Henyard is already posting on Facebook and giving interviews. In fact, according to her lawyer, Jedediah Brown was brandishing a knife when the altercation occurred.
Attacking him with a deadly weapon, and the mayor, fearing for his safety, did go toward that crowd, risking getting hurt herself. But he was at risk. This is her boyfriend. This is an important man in her life, her source of support, and he was being threatened with a deadly weapon, and that was going on at the time.
Let me explain. It's important to counter the false narrative that is being spread. It is all a hoax and a fabrication, since Jedediah Brown was not armed with a knife at the time of the altercation. The microphone he was holding might not seem very attractive in a physical altercation, but it was far less deadly than a knife. It is conveniently ignored that Tiffany Henyard was also carrying a microphone during this argument, which may have been seen as an object someone would use violently. The hypocrisy is evident as always, and it's dangerous when someone with Henyard's level of authority is willing to promote plain lies. Saying that someone possessed a weapon, especially something as dangerous as a knife, when they didn't, is going too far. Not to mention how someone carrying a spoon, which is harmless, is viewed differently than someone with a knife. There is a wide range of mental interpretations of these visuals. Henyard's attempt to create a narrative that Brown was out to harm people is ridiculous when we have several video angles that show what truly transpired. It's likely that the news has footage of Brown carrying a microphone instead of a knife that is simply waiting to air. Despite this, Henyard is intensifying the false accusation. But it gets even more absurd when you watch the footage that she and her lawyer are using to back up their allegations since it's clear that Brown had a microphone. Honestly, it's embarrassing. Her lawyer is acting as if there were no witnesses to the confrontation, and that many cameras from different angles didn't record it. This is Henyard's last attempt to sway public opinion in her favor as she seeks re-election. But I fail to see how she will be successful using such tactics. I don't believe anyone is buying into this absurd narrative, other from a few loyal Facebook supporters. The footage speaks for itself, as Henyard can be seen running from her position into the middle of the conflict as though she were ready to join it. In interviews, she now pretends to be the victim by claiming that they tried to murder her partner. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Henyard is clearly in a panic, using every tactic she can think of as she watches power elude her. Her attempts to link Jedediah Brown's actions to the Dolton trustees and incriminate them in this mess during the same interview show just how desperate she has become. This whole situation is turning into a circus, and it's clear that Henyard would say and do anything to keep her power.
As you can see, I have been attacked, stalked by individuals that have been hired by Trustee Kiana Belcher, Trustee Jason House, Trustee Tammy Brown, and Trustee Brittany Norwood. All hired these individuals to come into our town and create chaos. Individuals have so much hate for me that they are willing to do anything to put me, my daughter, my family in harm's way.
And why is she trying to accomplish that? Because Jason House, a senior trustee at Dolton, is running for mayor. In all honesty, I think he is Dolton's best opportunity to change his ways and get over decades of misconduct. Let's be honest. When Tiffany Henyard came over and started wasting public money, things got worse. What about the previous mayors? Some individuals will undoubtedly inquire. They were corrupt, too. Despite their issues, let's give them credit where credit is due. For example, the previous mayor of Henyard did let businesses to operate in Dolton. During his administration, at least a few new businesses were formed. It transcends what we are seeing with Henyard, and we cannot ignore it.
Everyone, this is Mayor Rogers from the village of Dolton, and today we are happy and excited to welcome our second new business here in the village of Dolton in 2 days. We're here at 154th and Chicago Road at Erupts. The primary menu would be beef, Italian beefs, and hot dog hamburgers. So we want the community to come out and support this new business here in the village of Dolton. We welcome you all, and on the count of three, we're going to welcome our new business, Erupts, right here at 154th and Chicago Road by cutting this ribbon. So if I can get everyone to join me to count to three so we can get this ribbon cut and have Erupts start their business. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Which businesses did Tiffany Henyard actually help launch? If you know of one in Dolton that she has rented out, please leave a remark. Furthermore, the ice skating rink is excluded since its revenue is insufficient. People also tell me that she only opens it when she's hosting a gathering.
Why are you just spending our money any type of way that you want to? It's not fair. It needs to go across the board. We didn't want that $1 million ice rink that none of the citizens can even take part of. The only time it's open is when you're given a function.
Apart from that, especially in a town the size of Dolton, an ice skating rink isn't exactly a smart way to earn money.
The ice rink is currently now on the basketball court. So please go there if you want to ice skate this season. It is open and it's free. The gate is always open. So just go there, bring your ice skates, and have a blast. It is open and it's free. The gate is always open.
It is open and it's free.
We can thus rule that out in terms of generating revenue for the town. The second option is, of course, the basketball courts. But these two generate no revenue and must be maintained by the community.
That we redid the basketball courts last year. All the kids was able to go out and play. Know that we redid the basketball courts last year.
And what else do we possess? We have discussed how the ice rink and basketball courts are costing the town money instead of generating revenue. Tiffany's expenditure of almost $50,000 on a sign for the former Melanie Fitness Center, a purported police facility, is another noteworthy expense. The site has long been and still is a financial burden on the community since Tiffany banned its sale. If you are aware of any exciting new business prospects that we might have missed, do let us know in the comments. Because from what I've seen, she has been keeping businesses from getting liquor licenses. We'll look at one of the most recent instances that garnered media attention recently. For a while now, Tiffany Henyard and the owners of the gorgeous restaurant St. Patrick's have been involved in a legal battle. Interestingly, Tiffany first gave them her okay. As Team St. Patrick's, I'll show a video, and we'll compare that to the latest claims that she's now keeping them from getting a liquor license. In case you didn't know, Tiffany is also the liquor commissioner. You're right. You can't just make this stuff up. Let's begin.
Where you at? St. Patrick, where you at? I gotta brag on y'all.
Dolton mayor held in contempt of court this morning in a case over liquor licenses.
The attorney for the owners of this restaurant here behind us say they believe Henyard didn't sign those liquor licenses for personal reasons, even though it was her job to do.
This is Tip right here. Tiffany, and I say Tip, but that's my name. So we Tip Patrick. St. Patrick right here, and it's called St. Patrick, just like Power. But not with all the other mess, but just like Power.
And relief for a small business owner.
It's about time.
Tiffany Kamara left a Cook County courtroom with the liquor licenses she needs to open St. Patrick's, a family-owned restaurant and banquet hall on Lincoln Avenue in Dolton.
This should have been over, like he said, in no
months-long fight came to a head this morning when a judge found Henyard in.
We're gonna take you through. It's gonna be a see-through glass, top-tier building right here, and you can come and rent it.
Kamara took legal action after she says she wasn't able to obtain licenses from Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who also serves as liquor commissioner.
For the owners of this 3-story restaurant and banquet hall, St. Patrick's, say the business will finally be able to open after a judge found Mayor and Liquor Control Commissioner Tiffany Henyard in contempt and forced her to sign the liquor licenses she'd allegedly been stonewalling for months.
Brag on them, and they minority. Look at this, minority-owned black business right here in the village of.
It's been a challenge, to put it mildly, but it's really should be so difficult. This is an ordinary event to get liquor licenses issued.
People don't lie on everybody, they lied on everybody, right? They lied on Jesus Christ. So, what do I expect them guys to do, them haters? They can't keep me down, because you ain't gonna stop what we got going on in the village of Dolton, and that is progress. We're gonna keep moving, keep pushing.
Attorney Adrian Vukovich sued on behalf of the restaurant's owners back in August. He says Henyard repeatedly promised to issue the licenses the village board already approved, but she didn't. She made that promise again in open court on Wednesday, and when those licenses still weren't signed Thursday, all parties were back in court for a hearing Friday morning. Henyard showing up half an hour.
Appreciate the love and support from the business district. They are developing their very own sit-down restaurant in Dolton, y'all, in Dolton. I'm gonna take you on a tour really quick just so you can see the progress.
Solomon is Henyard's attorney.
It's very important for the people to understand that the documents that were signed today had another entity on there. And
so that was the holdup on you?
That was the holdup. That was the only thing.
Kamara says she's lost time and money. She says she wants Henyard to pay.
We want her to be fined. We want her to pay my client's attorney's fees. And we want damages.
We are wasting money every day. This building, nice building that people could have used, and
Judge asked the mayor, will you sign these licenses? And instead of signing them or answering the judge directly, she, began talking in circles. And so that's when the judge made a determination of what's called indirect criminal contempt.
Meaning the judge found her disrespectful to the court's authority.
With all the mess that be going on, they never tell you about the great things that we actually provide in our village, which is economic.
Henyard signed 2 of the 3 licenses under threat of another finding of contempt.
It's serious. It's not something that anybody should want to happen, let alone a public official.
Bringing things like this to our community where our residents will benefit from it by tax dollars going on tax rolls.
It's up to the judge to determine what punishment Henyard could face. The restaurant owners are still pursuing that 3rd liquor license. They're also pursuing sanctions and damages. We've reached out to Henyard's attorney for comment on this contempt finding and have not heard.
I'll be on here all day. I need a whole day to tell you all the stuff I actually do. So thank you again. Share the video. Show me the progress in the village of Dolton, because he's going to put Dolton on the map with positive.
The owners of St. Patrick's seem to have invested a great deal of money, energy, and passion into the business, but Tiffany Henyard obstructed their advancement by refusing them liquor licenses. She would not grant them all the permissions they needed, but she was all for it right up until the last minute. She ultimately resisted, giving them just 2 of the 3 permits. I've heard that she rejected because they stopped endorsing her candidacy or causes at that time. The owner believes that because it became personal, they were not granted a full liquor license. Furthermore, they are not the first to express their displeasure about the lack of licenses or approvals. There have been several allegations that Tiffany Henyard has refused permits because to private issues, either involving the owners or persons they are connected to.
Mayor, trustees, residents. My name is George Messi, the owner of Pablo's Cafe and Bar. I was the owner of Dolton Food and Liquor since 1992. My record always been clean with the police department, with the village. I never had an underage ticket. I got my tavern license from the previous administration. 2021, 2022, village renewed my license, no problem. My license first week of May. This year, I gave them all my paperwork. In April, the license due April 30th. My liquor state license valid until 2024. My gaming from the Illinois Gaming Board valid until 2024. So I go back and forth to this village hall almost every single day. Mr. Freeman, he see me, he see my wife. We here every single day. May, June, no answer. Right after 4th of July, July 5th at 6 p.m., the police came. They said we have to shut you down for not having a local license. You have all my paperwork since April. I'm waiting on you to get my license. You're the one who holding it.
The minute you get the full liquor license, because they talk about business license, liquor license, where I am the liquor commissioner, people got an attitude. Now everybody want to.
So I'm just asking the mayor, the trustees, please, when can I have a definite answer to get my license and get this place back?
But the minute I say that, then it's, oh, she's stopping the business. No, I'm telling you, let's redevelop our area into something.
I'm not opposed to your decision of business license. What I'm opposed to is this was the direction that you were going for the village. These are people's business. It should have been a letter to 9 months saying that we're looking to go in a new direction village. Don't wait until it's time for them to renew their license and leave them on this spinning journey of just hanging and not telling them what you're trying.
Constantly put in permits, and contractors come put in permits, but they're not receiving them. We have 4 major projects to get the parks completed, but cannot get the permits. And we want to know what's going on. Also, we have bays of equipment in the garage that need to be put in place that we still can't get permits. Contractors constantly come here, but they refuse to get permits to get the work done. We want to know what's going on with the permits. The fact of the matter is, the permits. Release the permits.
Examples include residents attending Dolton board meetings and asking questions about important issues like liquor licenses and park district permits. Because his liquor license was crucial to the functioning of his firm, one owner in particular asked about it. But Tiffany Henyard brushed them off, usually mentioning her attorney. Of course, Delgado Group, her attorney, is always on her side. Although they are supposed to represent Thornton Township and Dolton in their various roles, it is clear that they prioritize Tiffany's needs over those of the community. They frequently prevent people from getting the licenses and approvals they need, even when all the necessary documentation has been filed. Why is this important? People need to understand Tiffany Henyard's role as the leader of Dolton and Thornton Township, especially when she claims on Facebook that people are just trying to undermine her as a strong, independent Black woman who is single. It is important to look into the facts, since despite her victimization, we have seen her verbally assault people at board meetings on several times. These actions are part of the broader pattern of her leadership style.
Show people that y'all are full of crap. So if you're smart, which I don't think you are, because y'all try to be smart, a smart at it. You got something to say, Trustee? Okay, go. Trustee, you ain't getting the flow no more. You repeat the same thing every time. That's my problem. Y'all have to do better, Trustee House. You can't want to lead people and can't lead, man. You got to do better. I keep telling you, just because you wear a suit don't make you suitable. Stop. All right, first and foremost, let me say this. She sounds dumb. You need to make sure you put that energy towards the right people that's actually doing it. And that is all 3 of them, Stephanie, Chris, and Carline. That's why she...
The fact that no receipts are ever displayed is the most evident issue. She is purposefully blocking trustees from accessing critical local financial information. It's just a complete catastrophe. I could go on forever, to be honest, but that's why I've made so many videos. Go back and watch them if you want to see more examples of her hypocrisy and double standards. For this very reason, she is not suited for a position of responsibility. She is one of those people that is constantly on a power trip and allows power to control her, as she has shown time and time again. As soon as she became mayor, all of the purported principles she espoused disappeared. When she was a trustee, she held the mayor to a higher standard than she does now, as I have stated. All of the laws and regulations that she formerly supported are being ignored now that she is in power. Because some of the previous mayors were dishonest, she believes that people should ignore her behavior because she is a Black woman, a single mother, and a female mayor. But it doesn't work that way. She exposes herself because she wants attention, and she's getting enough of it. Attention for her corruption and the publicity that goes along with it. That's exactly what I believe. If you're new, please remember to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, please like it.